Good evening and a very warm welcome to the Grassroots Weekend, the show. I'm Mal Lee, your host for this evening, if you didn't know by now. Thanks for tuning in to DXTL TV from the touchlines, and if you know a friend who wants to tune in, ask them to subscribe. It's free of charge here on YouTube. And welcome to all our listeners on SoundCloud, and that's from America as well. Having one or two shares off them, thank you very, very much. Enjoying the show, listening to the show. I do appreciate it. We did have our young commentators on Friday, and yesterday we were out and about in North Liverpool JFL. Really good day, I must admit. And we'll be out at Jeffrey Humble, or we have been out at Jeffrey Humble today to see how REFspect is going on and off the field of play. You have to excuse me, I've still got this bit of a cough, and it seems to come day and night time, so during the day, not too bad, so I'm getting through it. And if you've got the same thing, well, good luck to you. Anyway, I want to thank every message that I've been receiving. People who are sending, I want to thank basically. And the pictures as well. Yeah, thank you very, very much. This is due to my haircut, I must admit. It wasn't my idea of a haircut. The barber decided I might suit it and put the wrong setting on, just in case you tune in, you're wondering what's happened here, where all my hair's gone. Yeah, I'm not well with the chest, but at the end of the day, yeah, everyone will be going, wow, how's Mal? Is he alright? But anyway, yeah, it's one of those things. I've taken some stick over the football, I must admit, and you just got to face it and grin and bear it and get on with it, because thankfully, it hopefully will grow, and I've got a free haircut when I go back, but believe me, I'll be checking 100%. So folks, when you go to the barbers, remember, ask them to test out the setting first. Ask them, is it on the right setting before they use the clippers, or you can ask them to use the scissors and comb, which it used to be, so that mistake would never have been made with it, never in a million years. So I think I might just go to the scissors. Yeah, it's going to be longer, it's going to be longer for them, but I wouldn't want to go through all this again, even though, you know, the good people are all saying, oh man, you suit it, you really suit it, and I'm going, look at them, you know, and deep down they're laughing, you can see their faces, look at this, oh, anyway, there you go. Long story, great weekend, got to be out and about, got to go to work as well. I wonder what the person I'm supporting will say about it. And I know first thing you just say, you had your haircut. Guaranteed. Anyway, there we go. What about the Premier League? Well, it was a dramatic game at Nottingham Forest for Liverpool, to be honest. And I know we've had so many games, I know there's a lot of games in there, and I just thought, if we'd have played the way we did the first half rather than the second half at Nottingham Forest, Liverpool this is, I think we'd have done more damage. We just sat back, and I hate that game, and I don't know whether anyone else agrees with me, where the ball is going backwards instead of forwards, and it's like we've got all day to get into the opponent's box. Yeah, you could say we're very, very lucky with last minute goals. I think that's twice Nottingham Forest have been done, isn't it? You know, in the last minutes. Man United in the FA Cup, and now us in the league. And they were really coming on strong the second half, I must admit. Now, obviously, everyone's going on about VAR and what we should be doing and penalties and things like this. And when we're looking at the decision that was given, I honestly thought Paul Tierney, the referee, had blown off for a foul on Canate, to be honest. But obviously that doesn't seem to be the case. It should have gone back to Nottingham Forest on their ball. Obviously it was, they were in possession. But do you know what? Everyone says at the start of the season, they'll balance out by the end of the year. You know, and then when it comes to it, there's murder, there's mayhem. Everyone's slating everyone. Liverpool are getting slated, and you'll have to look at the situations right the way through the game, to be honest, and the calls and the fouls and the free kicks given, but no one does. Everyone just goes to the controversial side of things, and look, there you go, you were given that goal. And I don't think, you know, there was a long build up before we scored the goal anyway. But yeah, you can all have your arguments, we all have our own arguments, we always moan. Mine is, obviously that was you know, that's going to be taken up by the PGMOL. If it was a free kick to Liverpool, if that's the way they saw it, or was it, you know, ball in possession to Nottingham Forest, I don't know. I'm sure the PGMOL will come on and explain that one. And there was made, I don't know what the Forest, but I think it was too much towards Paul Tierney, the referee, at the end of it, you know what I mean, because we always say don't question the referee, but if you look at the officials from Nottingham Forest at the end, that was never ending, that was never ever ending, and you can understand why the red card come out. And I was looking at Andy Gray and Richard Keys on their programme, and they were saying, you know, shouldn't that red card be rescinded if it's a mistake? But obviously you don't know what he said, do you? You really don't know what he said to that referee there, to be honest. And he was going on right the way through, from the pitch, following the referee, right the way through to the tunnel. And that doesn't work, you know. If you've got anything, you've got to have your process, have your say, and then walk away, you know, and leave it at that. But obviously they weren't giving up. And you can understand what's going on there. Anyway, I'm sure it'll all be explained, no doubt, on Ref Watch TMA, you know, why it wasn't given and what we hear, what the statement comes out, and we just go on. But, you know, thankfully we got the goal, and another headed goal, not from Virgil van Dijk, but it was Nunes, and it was great. You know, last minute, you could do it out because it is, and you really don't know whether to celebrate. You do celebrate, but you're wondering, oh, and I noticed Klopp when the ball went in, when it was headed in, straight away looking at the linesman, you know, before any celebrations went in, because that's the way they are. The players are all looking over now. Every player looks over, fans look over, people are awaiting a whistle, people are waiting the VAR to check and see what they can come up with. And, you know, I wish you could just celebrate a goal now. Anyway, all the results, except for Everton, I thought that was going to be at least 2-2, but obviously they break away West Ham and score a third goal, and it's not looking good there, to be honest. You get 4 points back and then give 3 points away, but thankfully for Everton there, you know, you can look at it as another favour. Nottingham Forest for you. We've done Forest, Brentford, Burnley and Luton in the space of a few weeks, so come on you blue noses, just say thanks very much to our neighbours, Routons out. But I know you won't, you'll still call us lucky and say you should never have been given that goal. And obviously if we were not given that goal, it was another point closer to Everton for Forest, and drags him a little bit deeper and lucky. And I felt sorry for Luton Town, I really did. I thought they were absolutely brilliant second half. They really went to town on Aston Villa, and I think they had, it must have been about 1 or 2 shots they had, or attempts on goal, and one of those was a goal in the second half. And I just thought Luton were going to scrape it, and they well deserved it. Some great football there, well done to Luton, but on commiserations in the second time, you know, it's just, you look at those things and that's just football, I suppose. And you got the Man United Man City game today, and I just think I'm going to go for a 3-0 to Manchester City with ease, to be honest. And then Everton are away to Manchester United, and I wouldn't have any worries about Everton going to Manchester United, because they always give them a game. And if you want to play Manchester United, that now's the time, because they are conceding goals. So I think Everton, okay, you can say Everton are conceding goals, but they haven't been that bad. And look at all the results at the bottom, and I don't think anyone won, to be honest, or anyone went clear. So there you go, it all remains as it is. Close at the bottom, close at the top. But Everton will survive, you know. It's going to be a struggle again, but yeah, they'll all be there, you know what I mean. Even Sean Dyche in charge there, he'll march on, he'll get them going, because when he started getting Burnley playing football, yeah, it was different when the goal scorers, they're all in there. But they'll come, I assure you. They've got a new stadium going up, and it's looking the part, I must admit. 3 stadiums, or 4 stadiums in Merseyside, wow, if you work that out. Anyway, yeah, I'm just testing that out there. I was looking there for the sound to make sure that was okay. So we've got 10 minutes left of the show. Anyway, so if you're out and about today, which I was, looking around to see how people are treating the referees, how the referees are getting on. I know more grass pitches were called off yesterday due to that rain. I don't think it was forecast, it just came down, belted down, and I think that was the end of the most of the leagues, because they were all given the opportunity here on Merseyside by the council to say, yeah, let the referees do pitch inspections, and some may well go ahead today, I'm not too sure, or have gone ahead today, but they were all cancelled, or the majority of games were cancelled yet again on the grass. So I think teams have only played like 8 games, and I know the Merseyside Youth League that was cancelled over the weekends of games due to an incident, so they were all off. I think the grass, if they had grass pitches, they would have been off anyway. Yeah, but a statement apparently is coming out in due course for everyone who has been following that situation there as well. It's all about grassroots football, isn't it? It's all about the kids enjoying themselves, and this is what we need to do. And we need to put into perspective here, it's about the kids. When you get up at the weekend and you're getting the kids ready for football, just take a back seat and just say, do you know what? Look at them, they're excited, they want to go out and play the game of football, and the massive word of play. You've got to emphasise that. They want to go out and play with the teammates and get involved and have some fun, I suppose, playing football. And we've got to take a back seat and understand that, you know. Going back to my team yesterday, it was great. Yeah, they were beaten, but, you know, it was a smashing game between 2 sets of supporters, 2 managers, 2 coaches, the kids on the football field, and they were all enjoying it. And that is the main thing. You've got to get them smiling. When kids are smiling and their attitudes are right, as I said yesterday, it's a big plus. So we concentrate on attitudes, and that's what I try. And every time I talk to those kids, week in, week out, even on the training, it's attitudes. And when I come up and say, how's your attitude today? You're going to be good. You know, it's got to be a good attitude that you've got to have on the field of play. Every single one of them. And I think more and more coaches should really concentrate on attitudes when they're taking the kids to the field of play, because that makes a massive difference. We all know that. And anyway, that's what we try and instill. Good attitudes with DXTL. And we've been bringing people together since 2003. And we won't stand behind a barrier and say to ourselves, you know, we're doing a brilliant job, yet we're caving it. We know things will happen week in, week out, and as I just mentioned about a league or an incident, things will happen. And we just have to get on with the game, and we have to make sure that we make sure things like that don't happen, or, you know, incidents don't happen. Verbal abuse, aggressive behaviour, racist comments and bullying within grassroots football. And I must admit, everyone's working together now, and all the teams are coming together, people are coming together, and it is slowly but surely making a difference. You can see it. And when we first started this campaign, as you said, it's going to take a good 10 years, but obviously it was wrong. You know, it's into probably 30 years before things will start changing, making a difference, and things are happening. But we can't really keep knocking managers and coaches all the time, because they're doing a brilliant job. You know, it's admin. You see me with my admin. I'm pretty much fed up with it, and I keep saying to you, has the fun gone out of grassroots football? I think it has. I really do. It's like a mini business now in grassroots football. It's like a mini professional game, and it's not. It's supposed to be fun and enjoyment, and we keep saying, let the kids have fun when we go out there and play. And I think you've got to bring a little bit of fun back to managers and coaches, because look at them all, it's all very, very serious now. Not just giving you results in now, you're home, you're doing the admin, you're making sure that everything is correct. There's all kinds that you need to do now to run a team, to get involved in a team, and we've got to recognise the managers and coaches and the volunteers who are bringing the kids and the teams together. I support the referees tenfold. We know that, you know that, and I don't, you know, the referee is the target, the person, and we explain this all the time, in the middle of the park, of the centre of the pitch, and what we need to do is protect them from the verbal abuse and the aggressive behaviour that we see from sidelines and off the field of play as well. We need to make sure that everyone is singing off the same song sheet, and also showing encouragement towards a referee as well, not just on the field of play. No, we won't take passion away from the game, we will not. We want everyone to support and encourage the kids while they're playing football. And I'm not just talking one side, I'm talking two sides. There's two teams there, and kids are trying their best. And we're the ones who are watching, and we're the ones who are getting entertained. So we've got to respect the kids playing the football in the first place. But what we don't want is the verbal abuse and the aggressive behaviour from spectators or parents or managers and coaches themselves towards the referee, because when that is the action, because we keep saying they are the target, when that happens, the kids all hear it. They really, really do. They hear it. And we're supposed to be the role models first and foremost, the mums and dads, and your managers, your coaches in grassroots football. So the kids will look up to you. But if they hear you verbally abusing a referee, then they're going to think it's okay for them to do it on the field of play. And you can't have that, you really, really can't. So we're talking about attitudes, we're talking about good behaviour, and we're talking about just everyone singing off the same song sheet and making sure that we shake the hands of that referee. And especially on the 6th of April, when we have our REFspect Awareness Weekend, that's when we really, really need to put the feelers out all around on the field of play. And I'm hoping if the FA are watching or the Premier League are watching, and they can put some awards up and send some awards to us to give out to these teams or to kids, do a competition, what they can do on the 6th of April to make it better for the referee on the field of play. Now we know we can send in photographs with all the team and the ref shaking hands, that's brilliant, after the game and before the game. And we want parents, we love parents to be shaking hands of the referee when they're walking in. It makes a difference, it makes the referee feel better, and it makes the referee feel wanted and want to come again the following week. We don't want referees being chased away, you know. And it was great yesterday to sort of experience referees as well, because they were doing some games, because the older games were all called off due to the weather that we're all having, not just on Merseyside but across the country. And it's great. And you know, we keep saying they're only human after all, aren't they? You know, it's a song about that as well. But we need to respect them on and off the field of play. And I'm looking at social media, and tell me if I'm wrong, mal@untexttheline.com, there's not as many incidents that we're seeing coming up on social media regarding referees and fighting and, you know, the abuse. We know they're there, we do know they're there, but they're very few and far between now. And we're looking at organisations who are not reporting these. And it was day in, day out last season, week in, week out, everything. Look at this, look at that, 15-year-old kid, look what this, look what they've done to the referee. But I'm seeing less and less of it, and that is music to my ears, and I'm sure the governing bodies' ears as well, all you committees who do a fine job as well, by the way. It's all about keeping the game flowing. We've got to work together, we've got to respect these coaches, managers, the volunteers especially, and give them less work, because without them, honestly, there seriously wouldn't be any games for the kids to go and have, because the managers and the coaches have to do their courses, have to do all the admin. And I think that if the parents took a back seat and just watched what the managers and coaches do, then you wouldn't have any problems from the sidelines. We try and bring in parents. I ask all parents who can get involved, who can do this, and 9 times out of 10, the majority of them do not want to know. And I'm sure there's other managers and coaches out there trying to will on these parents and coaches to get involved. They get involved when the kids are playing football and they're shouting where to be and what to do. But when you ask them to take a little role on the committee or the running of the club, it's a different matter. But they like to shout, and they'll all admit it. Yeah, you stay there, you do this, you get here, you get back. So it overrides the coach's instructions anyway. And that's going to go on and on. And I don't know what we do to start that. You know, we talk about having silent weekends. Well, it's a good project, I suppose, but I don't think it really does work on Merseyside. I really, really don't. Silent weekend. We know what it's all about, and we love it if we could, just to see how the kids get on, and if they could be quiet on the sidelines, but it'll never happen. It'll never happen in a million years. Well, there you go. I'd love to hear your stories. man@untexttheline.com. Send me a message. What's happened over the weekends, what your concerns are, if you have any concerns, what you'd like to do to make grassroots football better, and what the kids can do on the 6th of April for our REFspect Awareness Weekend. There'll be a competition for them. What can they come up with to make it better for the referee on the field of playing grassroots football? Let me know. From myself, Mal Lee, and all the team here at the Grassroots Show, Don't Cross the Line, REFspect programme, Hearts of Gold, no ref, no game. We'll be back on Friday evening, hopefully with a full team of young commentators. In the meantime, put your feet up, relax and enjoy the day, and let's have a great week together. See you on Friday. Good night, God bless.